Are you too old for
I'm
him?
way too young.
Okay, guys.
Hey, there's no oversized baby.
Okay.
More numbers on here?
Yep, if you want to. So, as you guys are finishing up, if you want to get numbers of other people, because many of you guys know you're sharing classes with other people in here. In addition to that, we're getting ready to go into an Indiana winter. So, you may know somebody who knows, yes, somebody who drives. You may know somebody who knows resources that you don't have necessarily. So it's a good idea to get information. I will also tell you guys, and I'll just take a quick poll here. I love technology. Like, kind of obsessed with it. So I like to do videos. I am available for chats. I like to use technology as much as possible. But I realize that we don't all have the resources to do that, either through a smartphone or through the internet. So, how many of you feel fairly comfortable with communicating via internet? So, if I send you an email, you feel comfortable responding? A couple of you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that. I got iPad though.
Okay.
I need to get internet.
I don't have internet.
I have Wi-Fi at home.
I got that one we made here. That's so I got.
Okay. So that helps me. So just another thing that I'll warn you guys about, because again, this is Indiana. So it could snow tomorrow. Who knows? So I am going to, on Monday, I'm going to have a packet of stuff for those of you who are going to stay in here. I'm going to have a packet of stuff for you guys to take with you. And every day that we have a snow day, I will have assignments for you guys to use for that, or to do. So let's say that we have a snow day on January 4th, the first day when we're supposed to be back. Well, you're going to do a couple of sheets of that assignment packet, and that will be what you turn in later for your grade, because we're missing information in class, so I'll just have you do outside of class assignments. Okay? But I'm going to give you those on Monday, so you have it and you're ready with it. Just keep it in a safe place. Okay? All right, so very quickly, we're going to go through some expectations that I have, and this is a contract. So this is a contract between me and you of what you need to do and what I promise to do in order to make this the most successful class that we could possibly make this. Oftentimes, I will give you guys these sheets and just pass it to the back. Once it gets to the back, if you have extras, just leave them on the table, leave them on a chair, and I'll get them later. You get cold now? Yeah. Okay.
She's trying to figure cold and hot, cold and hot.
I'm just always hot. All right, so this contract is based upon several terms of conversations between me and students, and us coming up with a list of things that if you do this, it should make you more successful. If I agree to these things, then it should make you more successful as well. So we agree to optimize the classroom environment by respecting each other with this list of expectations. So I agree to politely and privately, or if you violate something on this list, please privately call each other out. So let's say that Dennis, of course, problematic Dennis over here. Let's say that Dennis is talking on his phone to his caregiver, and they're just chatting it up about dinner tonight and whatever else. So I'm not going to say, "Darn it, Dennis," and I'm not going to start yelling at him, but I'm going to go over to him and I'm going to be like, so I expect you guys will receive that. But if I have stepped out for a moment, then maybe Natasha says, "Dennis, what are you doing? What are you doing on your phone?" So it may be better coming from you guys, but that is ultimately something that I will really maintain. But if you see that you guys are violating any of these, if you feel comfortable talking to me about it, then I will address the situation. So, we agree, you and I both agree, to try to understand, prepare, present the materials in a variety of formats. So I'm not just going to always give you guys written materials. Sometimes I'm going to have maybe a video. Sometimes I'm going to have diagrams. Sometimes I'm going to have written words. I'm going to try different things, and I expect you guys to also try different things. So if I say, hey, I'd like you to try this technique, I expect you to try that technique. It may not work, and you don't have to necessarily use it again, but it may be that light bulb that comes on that you go, oh, I finally understand it now. So I expect you guys to try, and I will also try to present things in a way that you will hopefully understand. Number 2, I'd agree to work as hard as I can and push myself to work even harder. To understand, and then I will prepare and present the materials. So this stuff is going to be hard. I expect you guys to try. I expect you to work hard. If you put in a half-hearted effort, then that's what your grade is going to reflect. So just do your best. I agree to be patient and understanding. So patience is something that I have a very high level of, but I expect you guys to as well. You never know what someone else is going through, so don't make an assumption. I had a student last term that he got really mad. He said, well, she got extra time. Yeah, because she has accommodations for that, and because she had already let me know ahead of time this, this, and this. So what you're doing and what the person next to you doing, it may be different. Just know that if you're struggling with something, I'm going to do what's best for you as an individual. Doesn't matter what's best for the entire class necessarily, but I'm going to do what that individual needs. So sometimes some of you need things that are larger fonts. So I'm going to do everything I can to do that. So if you figure out something that works for you, then let me know, and I'll try to work with you on that as well. I agree to treat each other with respect. So I expect you guys to be very respectful of one another and of me. I, in turn, will be respectful of you. So we don't call each other names. If you've got a problem with somebody else, your best bet is to just walk out, not sit here and fume. If I get really frustrated with you, I'm probably going to do that too. I'm probably going to say, you know what, I need to use the restroom for a minute, and I'm going to excuse myself, and I'm going to go in the bathroom, and I'm going to get out of my system, and then I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to say, okay, Dennis, let's talk about that again. Dennis. So I really need you guys just to be respectful of one another, but also really be patient with each other and with me. I don't need issues, and we don't need issues. We need to get through this in the most successful way possible. So we're going to be respectful of each other. The last one. So stay off your phone. If you are looking down in this area, I'm noticing that you're texting someone. It's not a big secret. So please just, if it's that important, go out of the room. Take care of that business. You're going to miss some stuff, but go out of the room, take care of your business. Stay awake. Don't sleep in my class. If you start to fall asleep, I'm going to go over and I'm going to say, hey, you probably need to go take a nap today. I have sent students out to take a nap because I knew that they had a test in the next period, and they needed to really be ready for that test. I have no problem doing that. I know. Sometimes you just need a quick cat nap. So that's fine. Okay. It is, and I get that.
Up every other hour with a baby.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
My son woke me up every few hours. Then we woke up at 6. That little boy came in tired.
He was not. It was adorable. So it's adorable because it's your kid, not mine. You want for a weekend? Nope, I've got enough of my own. So again, I understand. I understand that things happen. We get sick. I have, for some reason, I've been on this vomiting binge lately. So I just keep getting sick. In the middle of the night, just waking up and I'm getting sick. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not sick a whole lot. So sometimes we just have things that happen. I get that, so come talk to me. Don't throw off on me, but come talk to me about it, and we'll work through it. We'll figure it out. Okay?
Her symptoms.
Just, yeah. Just don't sleep in the classroom. That's just really disrespectful. Be honest. So don't, oh wait, my dog ate homework. My son actually tried that the other day. Here's whatever. But actually our dog did start chewing on it a little bit, but he's a big dog. So he actually took the nog of paper to his teacher and made him copy it so it would look halfway decent. Make sure you're being honest with me, because if you're not honest with me, then I can't help you. Make sure that you are getting everything done in a reasonable time frame. So if you come to me on January 10th and say, I'm missing like the last 4 weeks of work, can I pass?
No.
Probably not. Probably not. So it's probably not going to happen. Okay. So make sure that you are doing everything that you can to be honest with baby here, be awake. When you come in, please try your best to be engaged as much as possible. This will probably be the most lecture style that you get, what we're doing right now. I try not to lecture too much, and if I do, I try to do it in small groups so we can go through information and then you guys are going to do different things. And that's what I'm going to talk about here in just a few minutes. So, in order to stay in this class, you guys have to agree to this, and I am going to agree to this. So, I am going to sign mine. So, where it says I'm going to write my name, and I expect you guys to write your names.
You want the signature or the...
The signature is going to go on the second line. So, print it on the first line and sign it on the next line. Now, on the back side, you guys will see some more information. I need you guys to take a few minutes and fill in your name, fill in your phone number. Please make this a phone number that you use on a regular basis. You can check it. You can check your phones to see your phone number if you need to. Or you can call somebody in the class or text somebody. Don't call them. But text somebody in the class to get your phone number. And if you can receive text. If you can receive text sometimes, you can just say yes. That'll be fine. Josh, do you have a question?
Can you look for them all?
Yep.
I changed my comment.
Okay. Or you can send me a text.
Can I do that as well?
Yeah. If you want to send me a text right now so you have my number locked in there,
Okay.
then feel free to do that, and that will give me your number too. Amanda?
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have two different phones.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is off. The other one is an Obama phone I get minutes every month. Can I put both numbers?
You can. Whichever one you use more frequently.
Well, right now, I don't have money for my regular phone I use all the time.
Mhm.
But my Obama phone has minutes on it. That's what I'm using now. And
Okay.
so next month, I'll try to get minutes on my other one.
Okay, go ahead and put both numbers.
Okay.
Underneath that, you guys will see number of terms completed at the Excel Center. So even if you didn't pass, if you completed a term, then write that number. If this is your first term, then that's 0. Kyle?
Do you never wash the leather in this?
Oh, I'm going to get to that here in just a minute.
What if you don't know the number?
For what?
Number
Of your terms? That's fine. I'll look it
I
up.
just put a question.
Okay. I would like you guys to circle your coach's name. So whether you have Tashana, Paula, Shalene, Tom, Emily, Janet, Nick, or Sarah. If you have an IEP or a 504, I know that you have met with Miss Paula, but I'm looking at who does your scheduling. Who is your primary coach?
Do you want a copy of mine? You want a copy of my 504?
No, because I'll have an electronic copy, and I'm going to tell you where to put that information here in just a minute, okay? So, goal after diploma. That's where we talked about diesel mechanic, auto mechanic, massage therapist. We talked about photography. This is where I want you to isolate your goal after you graduate with your diploma. The next question, you don't have to answer. That's for my English literature class. So you don't have to answer which one you watched or read. You don't have to answer it. Yeah.
Can I just put college?
You can.
No, I just put easy.
Ziesel. That's fine.
What would you put if you just want to be with your husband and family afterwards?
Stay at home.
I really want to be a stay-at-home mom, but I didn't get a job.
What else I do?
We're getting ready to go to the next section. Okay. Did you read and understand the course syllabus? That is that long thing that we just went over. That took us a while.
Did you understand it? Yeah.
And then you have your signature that, yes, I understood it. Now the last section, list any concerns and or special needs that you may have regarding this course. For those of you with an IEP or 504, put, I have an IEP or 504, or I have accommodations with Miss Paula.
Accommodations, how do you spell that?
ACCOMMADATION. Yes.
That's like sloppy language.
That's fine. And any other questions or concerns that you may have. Alright, once you have signed this, I will have you bring it up. Or raise your hand and I'll come get it.
So you have a copy of this already?
I will, yes, I will. As long as I know that you have it, then I will be able to get it.
Yeah, I actually do.
Can you access them? I do. Okay. Is it a cell phone? Yeah. Okay.
I'm done. Is that how you say?
Uh-huh. They're probably taking so long, but that's fine. I know what it means. Ma'am?
I'm waiting for a call on me, and I don't know what else to put.
What do you need?
She just,
All we done is say, no.
You want another purple pen?
Purple?
Yes.
Yes, I'll keep it.
You said you can't use purple pen, so.
Nope. Yes. No? I think so. Yeah, the figure. It's an ELL. Okay. Okay. Alright. I think first is an ELL.
Nobody needs that with me, right? What happened? You get your new back in.
I'm ready for number 2. They already have a lawyer on the phone and 2-year-old fit.
I'm allergic to cigarette smoke, so.
Oh,
Yeah. There have been so many days of trying classes, not because I'm sad.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
The question is,
Well, Chris,
keep
we're
sorry. 4 credits. How is it just 3?
It's only 3, yeah. Just it's not the 2 classes and 2 classes. It's 1 class, so it's just 3 credits.
And last term I had writing and math, and I have a C and a D.
Uh-huh.
Do I get 1
Are you
credit
looking for
back
something too?
on that?
You'll get no, I'm not. You'll get. It just depends on what
Because when
credits
I
you
first
earned.
when I first came in, I had 18.
Mhm.
But then I took them 2 classes, and I got a C and a D. And I just wonder what
Yeah, you'll have to talk to your coach, and you guys will look at what credits you have and what credits you need and stuff.
Because she put down 4, but then I got that grade. I just wonder if I got my credits in.
Usually it carries over a couple of those credits you selected, but or did you move on? Okay, guys. So a couple more things that we need to go through. So some of this stuff is procedural stuff. Every day that you guys come in, I am going to try to have a do now. The do now will usually take you guys about 5 to 10 minutes. That's an opportunity for you guys to get settled in, for me to get settled in, and for me to take attendance. We are required by law to report a couple things. First and foremost, attendance. And we are supposed to, according to the Excel Center's policies, do that within the first 10 minutes. The other thing is, for those of you who are under 18, we also have to report your attendance specifically because of truancy. So we have to do a separate reporting document for that. So that takes me a few minutes to see who's here, who's just late, versus who is actually not here for the day. So if you are late, please do everything you can to be here within that first 10 minutes. That way I don't count you absent, I just count you tardy. Okay? The do now will be already on the board. I am hyper organized. I love being organized. So I don't lose things. I may misplace it for a minute. It may be in a pile of stuff, but I will have it. I will find it. So I am very organized, very well organized. That do now is a way for you guys to be organized and for me to be organized. I am going to create a sheet for you guys to write the do now on. So you don't have to write it on your own piece of paper every day. You'll have a piece of paper in here that you will use every day. So yours will be on the top, the other class will be on the bottom shelf. Vocabulary. So we will again start with vocabulary. How many words do you have on Mondays? 2. On Tuesdays? 2. Wednesdays?
1.
And what else do we do on Wednesdays? Review all 5 of the words. Good. And then on Thursdays, we have the vocabulary test. Now keep in mind that we will not have vocabulary tests the week of the finals. We will not have it the weeks that are only 2 days. So the week of Thanksgiving break, we only have 2 class days, and we have a midterm that week. So we're not going to have a vocabulary quiz that week. We're not going to have one this week. We'll start those next week. The whole group instruction, that will be the first part of the course or the class session. It will be about 30 minutes. After this first part of class, we will probably take a break before you guys come back and go into what we call rotations. So the way that I'm hoping to work rotations is to put you guys in smaller groups that you will be able to focus on more specialized skills. So what I mean by that, we are going to focus in a few different areas. So this class uses a software program called Read 180. We will use that minimally. So for those of you who like it, sorry. For those of you who hate it, yay. For those of you who have no idea what it is,
Find out.
you'll appreciate minimizing this. So you will have a portion of the class that's on a software program. We will have a reading section. So the reading that we are going to be doing, we are going to be reading a novel as a whole class, but it's one I'm very excited about. It's in separate chapters. So you're going to read a chapter of the novel, and everybody else is going to read a chapter of the novel. It's a really cool story, so you're going to actually enjoy it. We're going to do a lot with reading comprehension in this class. We are going to start that today, and then we're going to continue that. the writing portion of this class. So everything that you read about, you're going to be writing about, whether it's in short spurts or whether it's in longer pieces. So in order for you to write, if you have any physical issues writing, I have really bad carpal tunnel, so sometimes my hands will cramp up and I can't actually use them. So if you have any issues with that, please let me know, and then we can work through those things, okay? You will be taking notes, and we're going to be talking about notes, but the notes will come with the reading. With the writing, what we're going to focus on, we are going to focus on what composes a sentence, what it takes to make a sentence, and make a sentence that works. But we're also going to expand that later on and talk about sentence structure and sentence types, and then we're going to build up to paragraphs. So you're not writing an essay in this class. That's English 3. This class we're going to focus on putting sentences together, putting words into really good sentences, and then putting those sentences together into paragraphs. I will also tell you, this is what I've been teaching for like the last 5 years. I've been touring around the country teaching other teachers how to do this stuff. So I'm good at this. So put your faith in me and we'll get through it. We will also be doing some small group work. So the small group work is also going to be specialized into what your needs are as a small group. So I may have a small group together that just needs a bit more with reading comprehension. I may have a small group that works together because they need help with sentence structures. I may have a small group that works together because they need additional time on an assignment. So I will move you guys within those small groups, and you guys will be going together in most of these areas. So we'll have some whole group instruction on whatever it is that we're going to focus on that day. It will probably be a reading and a writing skill. So we're probably going to have the reading skill, the writing skill, and then you guys will break apart. The other benefit to this is that some of you will go across the hall and work, and some of you will stay in here and work. I'm going to have probably 4 groups for you guys to work within. I will pick your groups. So I'm going to do that based on a lot of different components. I will do that based on a lot of different components, but I will split you guys into specific groups. It will mostly be based on what I think will work best for you as an individual. So I'm going to put you in a group that I think is going to work best for you. Everybody's looking at this hall, like, is it for me? Is it for me? No, she's in, I think she's in Beth's, or was in Beth's. Beth and Sarah's. Maybe I sent my name on her schedule. Nope, she's in that. Oh, no. Okay. Alright. Anthony Gray. Nope. Next. I think they moved on to 4, so they may not have even be in that block. Okay. Alright. Okay. So within those small groups, you guys are going to be within those groups for about 30 minutes, each rotation. So I'm going to see how that works out. But you guys will be moving within those groups. So some of you will be across the hall, some of you will be over here, some of you may be down the hall, some of you may be down the other side of the hall. I'm going to split you guys up in the way that I think is going to benefit you the most. Okay? Gary's got the candy up here.
Put it away. Put it away.
So the last part of this is every day, the last 5 minutes of class, we will come together as a whole group, and you guys will have what we call an exit ticket. The exit ticket will be something that it starts automatically at the last 5 minutes of class. If it's 5 minutes till the end of class, the end of the class session, and you don't see it up there, just say, Mrs. Warner, do we have an exit ticket? Don't anticipate that you're going to leave, but anticipate that if I don't have it up here, I may just be working with a specific group, so I may not be able to get that up in time. We are going to have breaks in here as well as right after this. So after the whole group instruction, I'll give you guys a break. You'll come back, and then you guys will be in your rotations. We'll probably do 2 rotations and then take a break. Okay?
We got 3 breaks in the class?
No, you have two breaks, and then you'll have the end of the day. Or the end of the class session. So within these areas, again, we're going to focus on the software program minimally, and then we're going to do a lot with reading comprehension, and we're going to do a lot with writing. Again, we're not writing essays, so don't think, oh man, I've got to research stuff, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. No, we're going to focus on getting really good sentence structure together. That helps for so many things. So I've been teaching English 3 for 3 terms now. We are also blending the English 3 and Writing 3, so it's one class as well, so it's a block. The writing component of that class is essential. So students have questions, and they are not answering them in complete sentences. That will not give you as many points as you need. So it's important that we're able to answer in complete sentences. English 1, 2, and 3 are meant to help prepare students for the ECA. So if you pass the ECA, great. You just need credit. So you can work really, really hard and just get a really good grade. If you have not passed the ECA, you really need to focus on the writing structure and the reading comprehension skills that we're going to go over. Okay? So, again, just a couple of room layout things. This is my corner of the world. Please don't come into my area. Don't come over here and start messing with my stuff. I had to move my pens that I had on my desk. I had to move those because students kept borrowing those. These are for you guys to borrow. My purple pens are over there, and gifts from students and things like that are over there. So just please leave my area alone. Don't get in my drawers and things like that. That's not very respectful. I do have a closet in the back that has additional materials. Before you get into those materials, please let me know. If you need paper, I steal paper all the time from hotels. I stay in hotels a lot, so I steal pads of paper from those. We just did a conference last week. So at the end of the conference, everybody leaves their stuff there, and I was like, sweet, sweet, sweet. So I have a bunch more back there. I take the stuff from the hotels, the pins and things. I figure I pay $160 for a hotel room. I deserve that paper. So I have stuff back there. If you need a binder, if you need a book bag, please let me know. We will not be doing very many projects in here, but I do have materials in case you're doing a project in another class. The back. So in the back, you see projects that some of my students have done. Please be respectful of all of their hard work and dedication, and don't mess with their stuff. I'm going to have those posted up later on. They're really great projects, but please don't mess with their stuff. Over here, I have the Wall of Fame. These are the students who have met some PICA traits. You will notice several of your classmates are listed in there. Sheila's face is on there over and over and over and over and over again. So these are the PICA traits that we go over every term. For those of you who are new or haven't been here for a few terms, these are traits that make a person more marketable. Makes you a better person in general. So being adaptable to your situation. So being able to change based on the situation. Being there. Attendance is huge. So being there and actually focused on what you're supposed to be doing. Goal striving. So having a goal and meeting that goal. There are a lot of these components that we've been talking about for the last 2 terms. We are going to add integrity and self-control and awareness this term. So basically with this idea, I look at you guys and I say, who has, in this class, who has the most integrity? Who has the most self-control and awareness? And I give those people credit. Give credit where credit's due. So please don't mess with those either. Please don't draw devil horns on Dennis's head. Just respect the space, basically. I do also have some areas over here that I will be adding to. So where we have the student-teacher contract, I am going to post my contract to constantly remind you guys and show you what I have signed and what I have agreed to. I will also add objectives to these chalkboards over here. So don't adjust those, please. That's what they are. I will also have your vocabulary terms over here. So please don't mark on it. This is my little area. Again, this is your absent folder. So if you are absent, come in here, pick up the absent folder for period 1. I'm going to adjust these so you guys know which one is which, because you guys are just periods 1 and 2, and then the other class is period 3 and 4. If you're interested in student council, shameless plug, I am a student council advisor. So if you're interested in student council, I have applications up here that you can fill out. In addition, we have a meeting today at 12:30, so in the student area over there. Just be respectful of the space. That's really what I ask. If you want to take a book home and read a book, I have books back there. These books, the first 2 shelves are classroom materials, but the bottom shelf is books available for you guys. Just let me know. Don't hijack my books, please. Make sure you let me know. The rotations are going to be in here and across the hall. So if you have concerns at all about who you're going to be grouped with, or any concerns about that, please let me know privately, and then we can work through those ideas. All right, any questions? No? Do you guys want to take a quick 5-minute break? Okay, 5 minutes. We'll come back. We're going to do some mini lessons that will prepare you for the diagnostic that you will do tomorrow. So just take a quick 5 minutes. Even if you just get up and shake it off, I'll play Taylor Swift. Shake it off. Shake it off. Okay, I won't. Just 5 minutes. Quick.
You look heavy. You didn't move up.
I'm not telling
I
you.
moved yet.
No.
Wait,
I know.
It's an amazing book.